Yo, I'm happy with the match we got, but we got to call out WCS on this one, guys. Apparently, they're choosing to do XY versus somebody meaning. I assume Hero Marine Inertio would go on the mainstream. You got the. It's a tournament in Germany. How do you not showcase the German Hero Marine? That would have been a good match. But anyways, I bring this up just because that's unfortunate to say, but we do have another pretty good one here. This actually carries its own weight and stakes, and I'll talk about that in a moment. For now, to the bottom left, coming from Ukraine, it is Team Experts Red Zerg Bly.
And you would need a crane to fish him from down under. This guy, the blue Protoss player, it is Probe.
I like it. That was good. Probe is the, I think, only Australian player who's made it this far in the tournament. It might be one of the only Australian players who played, period. I don't know.
Period, yeah.
I'm not sure if someone else got qualified in or flew over, but regardless, Probe is a cut above the rest. In a region that was just so dominated by Zerg for so long, and I'm talking like, I remember casting OSC Day, guys, and like, man, it was just ZVZ from the round of 32 and onwards. Like, there's nothing else. So it's cool when you had players like Igas, or in this case, Probe, you know, a different race set themselves apart from the rest. And you think, okay, maybe they're just good at beating that particular region. But this is where it gets really interesting for me for Probe, right? Europe has recently become very Zerg dominated, evidenced by the groups and the amount of players advancing through. So if Probe is good at beating Zergs back at home, because that's what it's conventionally been, he might have a really great chance at continuing to advance in this tournament. Heck, I don't know how good he'll do versus Bly, but this is probably one of the first, if not few times they're actually fighting each other where there's no latency involved. There's no Australia to North America or to Europe. Yeah, exactly.
It's so exciting. Yeah, I think he's probably really excited about it too. He was able to show that, you know, he's not afraid of Europeans either at Cheesadelphia when he was able to take out Rail like 3-0, I think it was, after rematching him. So, yeah, you can definitely hang with some of these, you know, high GM, I would say, still pro-level European players.
Well, we'll see how he handles versus Bly. He does open Stargate. Also, oh my God, if you can believe it, Becky, if you can believe it, Never Coronius just subbed to the channel, brand new. He uses cold hard cash, none of this Twitch Prime stuff. Dude rocks it to be our 1010th subscriber out of 1,011.
What?
So close, one sub away. Thank you
this
very
is
much.
Insane.
1010.
I can't believe it.
Hashtag 1010.
Yo, please, somebody tweet it out. Hashtag 1010. We made it.
We made it.
These links did make it into the mineral line of Probe, but they're not going to get anything done. Oh, they get a Probe, though.
Well, they didn't go up to the main to scout, but it's kind of okay. He's setting up for drops anyways, but Phoenix is already on top of this, and Bly's attempts to drop into the main are thwarted before they even get a chance to get started.
This is great for Probe. The fact that he went for the Phoenix first, instead of going for that Oracle, something that Bly's probably a little bit more used to. So instead of, you know, the Oracle into the Phoenix, I thought Bly was going to set up another drop on the south of the natural, but it looks like, nah, going to give up on it as Probe is going to take it out. Really, really solid opener out of our Australian Protoss.
Oh, I suppose Cass's name is still in there. Really sorry, guys. Let me get rid of that. One thing that's kind of interesting, by the way, apparently Optimus and Culp are still playing in Group Stage 2. They're only just getting into Game 3. So if we play our cards right, we might be able to cast a full regular series and then have that match as our last series of the day, or rather the winner of that, because they'll be starting Group 3 so late.
Yeah. That's insane, yeah, I mean...
Might be able to squeeze out a couple extra games, which would be cool, but for now we focus on what's happening, and Probe off to a great start. Bly is a player known for shenanigans, and I think if Probe, maybe he lucked out and this was the build he did happen to blind counter Bly, or maybe he did his homework, and he knows that this is exactly the type of thing Bly does.
Yeah, to be able to even do any kind of research on your opponent, perhaps Bly, his name precedes him. I would say it's like, okay, I definitely know that you do some crazy stuff like that. And being able to deal with it and shut it down early is really good, because now you're going to be getting to the situation where you're getting your third base. You have Phoenixes and Oracles out, so you can do some really, really cool micro if you wanted to. But I believe it's just going to be, oh my god, no Spore Crawler in the natural. 4 kills on the Oracles there.
By the way, chat has corrected me. Of course, we're on a massive delay, so it might not matter now. But there's an Australian player also here named Yours that is in group. I had to look for this. It's in group F, but it's with Special and Snoot. So, you know, good luck.
Right. Well, that's good though. Some representation, a little bit more.
I mean,
good catch.
You could maybe argue Snoot, right? Because Snoot's at least showed some shakiness, but Special's been in top form, and he's been training at Korea. That I would actually say Special probably comes out first place in that group.
Yeah. He's been a little bit, I mean, he was annoyed by the qualifiers and, of course, wasn't able to make it in the Code S, but still, I do feel like it depends, right? Like, is he feeling good today? Does he have jet lag? Does he feel like trying? Because when he tries, he is a top-tier player.
Well, I think everybody's trying today, Tempo, considering how important this is.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. But, that was actually a really good cancel on the third base from Bly. The Oracles are way out of position.
The pylon going down too was a nice touch. No, there wouldn't be warp ins, but now he's perfectly set with these adapts. He's got a couple of force fields if he needs it. But Bly is not second to Lynx. He's gone to those Hydras pretty quick. It's a core component of this matchup. But this isn't. Whoa. This is great. I have seen players like Scarlet destroy players like Neeb with lurkers. So I'm really curious how Bly intends to use these, what with them coming out so quickly.
These are so fast. He's not even getting any upgrades. He just wants to go right into it. And even getting the upgrades for the Hydra, which is nice. So he's going to be able to still do the pressure with the Hydras and the Lings. But you do not expect lurkers to be coming out this quick. Oh my god, Probe losing all of his sentries here.
Oh, third base under attack
sorry.
Yeah,
I wasn't looking at your thing. But how many kills did those Oracles get? 6, huh?
Yeah. 3 sentries is probably a little more valuable than 6 probes, so this this ends up hurting Probe on the back end. But as far as army trades right now, Bly has given away a lot in the early game, and he's been saving a lot of money. You might be thinking, Bly's so bad, he can't spend his money. What is he doing? But realistically, he's saving to get those lurkers. He's saving to get a lot of Hydras, and when he has those, and as he spends his money, he's going to be in such a good spot. But for now, it was a little bit scary with this Warp Prism coming down, because until those Hydras were pushed down just now, he had 9 army supply.
Right, which means that all those other supply were basically drones, getting up to that nearly 70.
Oh, he's got 1 HP. Yeah,
Kobe.
That was... Kobe. Get out. Leave. This isn't going to work. Spore Caller set up. Hydra's here. Queens are here. That Warp Prism was, not going to survive if it stuck around. 6 range pickup is nice, but dying is worse.
Absolutely. Well, I still feel like Protoss have been struggling a bit against lurkers, even when they do have Colossi. So, we'll see if this is going to really work out for Bly, because remember, he did delay his upgrades for it, as Probe is starting to get to +2. He's not in double robo production just yet, so it's never going to be overwhelming amounts of Colossi. So, we'll see how this lurker attack is going to do. 7 in production.
My fear is Probe might run out of detection.
Yep.
He only has the 1 Oracle. He doesn't have enough energy for Revelation right now, although he only needs 1. He only needs to get 1 good Revelation off. That's where Bly splits his units. Yeah, 4 lurkers will not be detected. Probe can't do anything about it.
This is a really tough spot. What do you do here, Riff? Now you have lurkers inside. Yeah, you have to, because I mean he's literally attacking into something that he cannot fully kill.
Oh my god, he came down for like a second and almost lost his whole army. Lings managed to run through that wall to get on top of the Colossus. Lings don't normally kill Colossus, but this one almost dies. Lurkers also advancing their position. Oh, this is so bad. Probe can't do anything about this. His Observer's on the way finally, but that still feels like it's so far away.
It really
Tons of damage being dealt.
It's about to pop up, but I think it's going to be too late here, Rifkin. The Colossus is almost below half HP.
The Overseer's in detection mode. He's kind of looking for Observers to catch, but another Colossus goes down. Now the Observer's out. Bly could snipe this. It is the only detection Probe currently has.
He's going for it.
Yep, he's going to target fire down. Nice moves. Doesn't get it, but still smart. Girl, you smart.
You're so smart.
But just like DJ Khaled, there's 1 Observer and then he's got another one.
Oh man, yeah, here comes the 2 of them and they're both gonna go down. Another one goes down.
GG.
So does Probe.
Bly taking an excellent game number 1. Lurkers totally catching Probe off guard. This kind of goes back, like, this goes 2 steps back, though. One is, like, Probe didn't have detection for them at the time, but the other part is, like, he didn't scout that. He had Oracles, he had Phoenix, or he could have had Phoenix, excuse me, just had Oracles, but he didn't have anything to actually see the Lurker Den coming in the back. Like, that was totally unexpected, and, like, probably 90% of why that works.
That's a lot of Bly's games, right? Where it's like, you do not expect anything that he does. It's like, you know, okay, they're going to try to out-macro me and then go for Hydra Ling, Hydra Bane, and then transition into Hive and Lurker. Bly's the kind of guy that'll just be like, you know what? Okay, we're going to put a Nidus Worm down, right? We're not going to use the Nidus Worm. We're just going to go up the front and then make a bunch of Lurkers and drop them in instead. Something crazy like that.
Bly is one of the most determined to win players I can think of. There's nobody who's, like, he'll be unlikely to leave a game, not because of, like, some sort of GG timing, but his determination to win is, like, that strong.
Really is. And I feel like he really understands the game in a way that he can be the push against the meta, right? He's like the wave against the wave.
Okay, well, we're in lobby, or getting the invite now. It's Neon Violet Square for game 2. Let's get tempo in here. Backup G.
Oops. Yep, backup G. In case your primary G fails you. It's like...
Well, by the way, we are at $5 for the day. Feels bad, man. But we are also then at 1 hashtag save tempo. Remember, we'll find out at the end of the stream why we're hashtag saving versus hashtag killing tempo. For now, though,
God,
the map begins on Neon Violet Square. We'll see you guys in game. Back in action with game number 2 in this best of 3. He leads 1-0 with some great lurker play. To the top left, we have the Red Zerg. Team experts Bly.
And in the bottom right-hand corner from Australia, it is the blue Protoss Probe. I believe he's on... Oh, man. I mean, I could Wikipedia it. I remember...
This is why you need to not start with, I think he's... Because it's Legacy Esports, by the way. But like,
Legacy, because I remember,
look it up first. Don't lead into it like that, my dude.
Yeah, because it was like supposed to be in my head, and it just decided not to show up, you know? It's like when you control F something and you spell it wrong.
Oh man, I hate that. That is one of those first world frustrations. But funny enough, we had mentioned earlier not recognizing or realizing yours was the other Australian player in the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
That might actually end up being one of those matches we cast later because of the delay from Optimus versus Cope, and that's the group they'll be seeding into.
Really?
So
wow.
Maybe we can atone for our ignorance with a cast later.
Please accept my offering.
But there are some time restrictions and delays, so we'll see if that ends up being an opportunity. Regardless, I don't know, Bly is... I like Probe. I like him a lot. I think that in a game that he's more well prepared for, that he scouts, that he doesn't get bamboozled with, I think he has a straight up game and a good chance versus Bly. But if Bly can pull one over on his head, Bly's the type of guy to go for a Spire, make 8 meters, but attack you with roaches. Like, there's a lot of scouting required to fight this kid. Yeah.
He's really tough to play against, right? I don't think any Zerg really plays the way that he does. Probe is, you know, I would say a bit more solid. He kind of is, excuse me, like on the more standard kind of things. But he's also a thinker as well. Like, he tends to look at the game in a way where he can try to break the meta at that time, or, you know, I think remember the days of like the charge lot thing that would time with the popping of the roaches from the Zerg, and they would still wreck a lot of the Zergs right when charge got buffed.
So you mean like any charge lot timing?
But no, I'm talking about like the charge lot timing where it actually did damage when they connect rather than just give them the charge itself. Like, he was the guy that was
first introduced, yeah, with the plus 8 damage.
Yep, he was the person that you know, kind of innovated that build.
Well, actually, if you recall, that wasn't plus 8 when it first came in. It was a lot more. And charge lots were suddenly countering ultras. Everything. It was... Well, I don't remember the original. It was like 20 damage. It was something really absurd.
It was stupid, yeah.
That was always funny though, man. Watching ultras at the charge lots. That was
it's like
the
we got
pinnacle of balance in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting choice out of Bly there, by the way. He cancels his tumor to send it another direction. I'm curious on what the decision for that was. I guess he's just going south instead of through the middle.
All right. I mean, I guess if he wants to connect the third, that's cool. And then if he wants to take this creep tumor and bring it down, then at least it'll spread and connect with the hatchery one. If he took it,
like he took the third at the back base, the little pocket weak wussy base.
Grow a pair, man. Like,
only little scaredy cats take a 4 mineral base. I'm just saying.
Yeah. What kind of? Come on, you're a Zerg.
By the way, it was recently Bly's birthday too, so maybe got a bit of that birthday luck still coming in for him for the tournament today.
Oh, that's dope. I never knew Bly's birthday. It's like, I never knew Bly had a birthday. I thought he just existed. He's just a guy.
Yep. One thing super fun fact about Bly, his name is Sasha. Scarlett's name is also Sasha.
Is it actually Sasha?
Yeah. They're both together on the same team and they hang out at events, so you can't use their real names around them. It's very annoying.
I did not know that. Wow, first time.
Nice catch on the probe, though. That was the probe that was going out for the third, so he does buy himself a little time, but, I mean, not by much. Last game, too, though, he was able to do some good denials. We'll see if maybe he repeats that. Quick layer coming out, though. And without any sort of tech, it could be straight to Hydras and Lurkers once again. Well, Hydras at least.
Phoenix's job here just to find out, to not get surprised by it again. But it is going to be Hydras, yeah. I mean, go figure. Definitely a very, very popular opener here as Zerg.
Okay, so he saw the lair, but did not see the Hydra den. And we'll see if... I mean, the Phoenix should scout. Like, even if it's not a real Phoenix, even if it's just hallucinations, vision, scouting, all very important.
Yeah, they have to be able to find it. And if not, just to confirm, right? Like, that's basically all you really want to do as a Protoss. And then, of course, the drone damage is going to be a bonus here. Oh, man. 2 Oracles, though. He should be able to get some good damage. Maybe he can even get the Hydras as they pop out.
I also think a stasis trap on the eggs wouldn't be too bad either. Stop them from hatching. That'd be great.
But he doesn't get to do too much with it. Probe focusing a little bit more on his tech, going immediately into that Robo Bay.
It's not Lurkers, by the way. This is very much worth noting. Bly has reached out for a 4th base, but he has cut drones, so he's not rushing up to 80, and this might just become an all-in. It's kind of like not yet, but it very much will be if he doesn't make drones soon.
Yeah, this is the Hydra Ling all-in. Like, this is one of the reasons why they're nerfing it, because this is such a powerful attack.
Yeah, the timing.
And yeah, there's no upgrades, right? And at least he takes a 4th base. I haven't seen that usually, but you stop at 51 drones, as you said, and we have not seen any more come here.
Probeness was holy crap, that's a lot of bits. Probe comes in, by the way, to he realized what's coming. He pulls the probes back. I like this move. He's just gonna lose a Nexus for it. This is so much better than losing the workers.
Absolutely. It's not too many Hydras and Lings yet, but it's the follow-up that gets so scary. Probe, you know, he has that pocket base that he can take, so if he loses 400 minerals, it's better than losing the game.
By the way, that was 1,500 bits coming from Dehumanizer spamming save tempo. Well, save temp.
Him.
Save temp. Who's temp? Oh, I can't put those towards saving tempo. That didn't say saving tempo, man.
Temp 0. 0 is just there. It's just a placeholder.
Save temp 100. Who's temp 100?
Who the hell is that?
Anyways, new bit boss, Dehumanizer. Thank you very much for the bits, man. Glad to have you join us here in chat, hang out with DreamHack. Couple of workers die on the other side of the field, but really not the same as losing a 3rd base. Probe ultimately decides to take the back base, and because he kept the probes alive, transferring over will immediately saturate it, but this is not the same as Bly being on 4 on the other side of the field. But Bly still hasn't started making a lot of workers. In fact, he's gone for the Lurker Den. Oh, well, now he starts making workers.
Figures.
I was going to say, though, he really could continue with the all-in.
No, I think it was actually smart for him. It was smart for him not to push in there. And since he took the 4th base, it allowed him that option, right? Like, if you don't take the 4th base as a Zerg, then it's like, okay.
I super agree. He should not have pushed in. But what I was just saying was he could have had such a massive army supply lead. He's already given up a lot to get this. There's no upgrades. There's no +1. Right. There's no big transition. And now he goes back to the all-in after getting back up 65 drones. So that's 14 Lurkers coming down, folks. Detection or not, this is still a lot of damage. In fact, he's actually going to double up, triple Stargates to counter this.
Oh my. All right. Well, where does he go from here? Is he actually going to drop a fleet beacon, or is he just going to go right into Phoenix to lift them up, or Void Rays to just have the power? Because it makes me wonder if there's enough Hydras, then the Void Rays become less effective, but Phoenixes I feel like are a little bit more effective.
Well, that's where it gets
maybe he'll
interesting,
go
right?
Master Oracle. Yeah.
Well, Phoenixes can lift up the lurkers, pull them out of the ground. The crowd control aspect of a Phoenix should never be undervalued, and it's way cheaper to sacrifice a Phoenix for a lurker than anything else. Void Rays do not fare too well. I don't know that that would be the opportune choice. And Oracle's damage, as we see here, is not what it needs to be. So I think the Stargate is more for a transition we're going to see come later rather than an immediate response right now.
Well, he needs to survive right now because the lurkers are going to be pushing on his front door.
100 bits, hashtag one more something, Zerg Hug Party.
Oh, this is so scary for Probe. I mean, does he
really
realize,
is.
Yeah. So many lurkers here. He's waiting for charge, it looks like, in +2. I don't think he wants to engage until +2 is done. And we see a fleet beacon coming down here, so maybe he'll start to go into Tempest to try to pick off the lurkers, but carriers are going to be the better overall army. But
Well,
dang,
Ivy Unit's
he
going
needs
to
that
take
forward.
forever to get out, no matter what he wants to go for.
I have no idea. He's getting so boxed in here that Bly can take the whole map.
Oof.
He's
Takes
in
a
no
lot of
rush.
damage from the lurkers just to poke. All his shield's gone. Basically an EMP worth of damage.
Yeah. So, how many lurkers does he have? 13 lurkers, by the way.
Yeah, it is carriers as the follow-up. This is kind of a tough call to make. Carriers... Well, wait, what? He's going for Mutas? Okay,
Oh,
so carriers
okay.
will deal with the army because there's such a low Hydra count. That's actually not a bad move. But they're slow, and actually, while maybe the carriers are distracted up here, Bly's just going to run in with the Mutas and go to the main. And this is such a Bly thing to do. There's no shield batteries, there's no cannons. Probe is totally going to die to this sort of bamboozle that's being set up by our Zerg player.
He's so focused on defending his natural and the other tucked-in base that when the mutas fly into his main, all of those, even the tech is going to be exposed. At least Probe has the opportunity to try to go into Phoenix production, but I just feel like if you're stuck on 3 bases and you try to go into carrier, you're going to go broke, especially when one of those bases is like a Gimp base.
Whoa, I don't know if that's okay to say, Tempo, but yeah, it's not a great base, that's for sure.
You ever played with Gimp before? It's like that wire
Terrible
stuff that you...
art editing program. Pretends it's
there we
Photoshop,
go.
but it's not. Yeah, that's what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Mutas, by the way, should be able to jump on top of the carrier, actually, when it's just one like this, and that's exactly what he does. Takes out the carrier, feels good, man, but he sacrificed a lot of Mutas to do this. He's got to start falling back. Meanwhile, army's out of position, so he moves the 4th base, would be 3rd, and gets on top of the army real quick. Lurkers are going to kill the Nexus. Not a cancel, but a straight-up kill.
Wow, the Colossus almost got surrounded by everything, but they were able to hold their own. And the mutas are not really doing that much. At least they're keeping these units inside of the base, but Probe did a really good job at least not completely dying to the mutas.
This is still just keeping Probe on 3 bases. 2.5, really, if we want to get down to it, is doing so much damage. Bly continues to expand. He's on 5. He's got spine crawlers set up for these run-bys because he knows zealots will continue to be annoying, so he won't have to pull an army back to deal with them. I love this. Bly is so good to go.
Yeah. He has everything that he could want as far as tech goes. I think he's even getting a greater spire, so...
I'm actually genuinely a bit surprised that this has been such a one-sided game/series. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Probe's actually on a pretty substantial army, and Bly could throw this away in an instant, but Game 1 was so controlled. Game 2 now still very, very much in Bly's control. He was going to corrupter the Nexus, I think is what he wanted to do. Not going to work out. Too many stalkers,
Who spreads
too much
creep
damage.
like that too, right? Like, it's literally just a path. And it's so effective, at least, in making that path to get to where he needs to go. Whether he wants to go to the top to that 3rd base or the bottom to the natural.
Well, it's really funny because remember, he canceled the creep tumor down the middle to get that one going that led down here. But oh, the Corruptors catch everything. Digging Claws isn't done yet, aka Adaptive Talons, but the Corruptors are going to kill everything in the sky, so who the hell cares anyways?
Yeah, this is all she wrote. Some force fields are going to try to be there for desperation. Phoenixes, you cannot take on Corruptors, my friend.
He's cooking us a rusted pepperoni pizza, man.
Yep. Oh no, he let the Nexus finish, and it's gonna go down.
I don't think it's gonna matter, man.
It doesn't even. Probe in a hell of a lot of trouble. Gonna be trying to at least find a way to deal with these lurkers, but these lurkers have basically been running this whole game.
You know, if the Corruptors had killed or been killed, this may have been worthwhile for Probe, but No, he's just gonna come back and start one volleying down these carriers. If the stalkers want to ignore them, they can just caustic spray. He blinks forward into lurker fire. He's done for. He loses almost all the stalkers.
Yep.
Oh god, my heart.
Trying so hard though.
Oh,
and
Brood
look
Lords.
at that.
Insult to injury, man. GG.
Even let
Bly
him get
takes
there.
a good 2-0.
How does he do it? He plays so different, you know. I really, I love it.
He
plays so differently.
You look left and he goes right. That's pretty much Bly in a nutshell a lot of the time. But congratulations to him, as he will now advance. Excuse me, to the winners of the winners match in the group, where he'll fight either Euthermal or Cyan. Now Bly versus Euthermal will be a pretty sick match. We might just sit here waiting to ride that one out. But at the same time, Cyan's Protoss, so Bly versus Cyan.
I guess.
Either way, guys, we're gonna go to break while we figure out what's going on, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.